The latest Fox poll shows Democrat Keisha Lance Bottoms leading Republican Rick Jackson by 5 points, 52 to 47. That's within the margin of error of that poll. And in a recent campaign speech, Keisha Lance Bottoms outlined her agenda as governor of Georgia.
I'm going to fight to lower costs and make sure families can afford to buy or rent a home. And we are going to crack down on corporate landlords who are making it harder for working families to buy or rent a home and live in these homes with dignity. I'm going to make sure that pre-K is available to every 4-year-old in Georgia. We will raise teachers' starting pay, and we will eliminate their state income taxes. I'll get to work on day one to expand Medicaid, making sure that Georgians can access the health care they deserve, including access to mental health care.
And joining us now is Keisha Lance Bottoms, former mayor of Atlanta, former senior advisor to President Biden. She's currently the Democratic nominee for governor of Georgia. She's the author of The Rough Side of the Mountain, a memoir. Thank you very much for joining us here in the studio tonight. You began in that, what we showed of that speech, you began with the affordability of housing, and Donald Trump refused to sign the housing bill, which maybe he didn't know becomes law anyway if he doesn't veto it. But he refused to sign it, said it was unimportant, and didn't care about it.
That's insane. Add that to the list of insane things that happened with this president. But I'll just say this. Wherever I have gone in the state of Georgia, this affordability issue is the #1 issue. Affordable housing, the lack thereof, is an issue in our rural communities, in our urban cities. It's impacting Democrats, Republicans, independents. So this is one of these issues. There's a reason that it was truly a bipartisan effort, because it's impacting everyone. So for him not to sign it, I think really speaks to just how out of touch he is with the American people.
And you've seen it up close as a mayor.
I have. And, it's one of these issues that we are constantly trying to get ahead of, because it's not just about creating and preserving the housing. It's about making sure that people are able to live in this housing with dignity. It's impacting students. It's impacting young families. It's impacting our seniors.
You also talked about Medicaid, healthcare, Medicaid being a part of Obamacare that the Republicans have especially been attacking over time. What can the governor do about that in Georgia?
Well, we've not expanded Medicaid in Georgia, so we've had 9 rural hospitals to close in Georgia. It's anticipated we could have as many as 10 more, and some people have said, well, what difference does it make to me if I don't have Medicaid? The difference it makes is that when you go into that emergency room and people are using it as a primary care doctor's office, you may not have access to care. Or if you are in one of these communities in Georgia, you may be more than an hour away from a hospital. So what I can do as governor is on day one, begin to prepare our agencies to expand Medicaid in the state. I do believe that this is one of those bipartisan issues. We will need the support of our state House and Senate to get it done, but it's impacting communities across Georgia.
How do you defend against Donald Trump's attack on voting in Georgia in particular?
Yeah, this is a really scary time that we are experiencing with this president for many reasons. We know it's not just about 2020. It's about this year's election and 28. And when you look at what's happening in Fulton County, essentially he's calling into question not just his loss, but the wins of Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. And so it's something we've got to be vigilant about. And what I've said to people across the state of Georgia, this is why we can't have thin margins. We can't have 11,700 votes making the difference in this state. We've got to show up in record numbers in the same way we did in the primary. We were outraised by Republicans, outspent by over $100 million. And Democrats still outvoted Republicans by 150,000 votes. So I just ask people to support our campaign, KeishaForGovernor.com. Help us get our message out. Turn out these votes, because it's going to be about the governor's race, every constitutional officer, and Senator Ossoff.
And turnout can overwhelm any scheme that, if it's big enough, turnout can overwhelm any scheme that tries to undermine the vote.
Well, I say the guy I'm running against, he may have the money, but the people still have the power. The issues matter. This is a guy who says, I will be Trump's favorite governor. I will be Trump with a Southern tone. He wants a woman to prove that she's been raped in order to access abortion care. And the list goes on. This guy has made over $1 billion for his health care company. No bid contract, state of Georgia, but doesn't want to expand Medicaid. There's so many things on the ballot this year, and it's an opportunity for us to try and get it right. Again, it may not be a perfect democracy, but it is the best that we have, and we got to keep fighting for it.
Keisha Lance Bottoms, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Really
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.